If an electron has a minus mass, what's real zero point indicating by Liu-Chi-To? Mom, are you sure a proton and an electron are the same size? Yes, I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was an energy. He dug a hole in the soil. The mud is proton and the hole is an electron. So they are really the same size and same weight, but plus and minus. Mom, proton and electron will be married. Yes, one day he met her and they are married and made their home sweet home. We call it a neutron. Mom, won't they fusion? No, because they are both plus matter in our world. Mom, you said the proton is a plus matter, but an electron isn't. Why? That will be clear later. Mom, why is the universe expanding? Yes, it's expanding, not exploding like as Big Bang. Nowadays, the range where we can see is growing bigger and bigger, so we can see the space beyond the slowdown place. Now we can even see next accelerating place throughout the slowdown place. Anyway, our universe is in a sound wave. Mom, we are in a galaxy, aren't we? Then where is the galaxy? Our galaxy is on the connecting surface of two atoms, floating in the air of a big world, where there is a sound. Everything there is 10 to the power 31st times bigger, so the time there is almost stopping. Mom, is our galaxy is in an electron sea? Yes, we are in an electron sea, and an electron in the electron sea is the same as nothing. So electron's weight is zero? No, because we are also in the other bigger world, the electron sea. That means we are in the double electron sea? Yes, but the big world effect is 1/10 for one direction. So for three directions, the effect is about 1 per mil. Then our electron sea's depth is about 1 per mil more deeper than single sea. Then we are double electron sea, shallow and profound. Yes. Then why is the proton 2,000 times heavier than an electron? It's clear that both electric quantities are the same, but plus and minus. Because of double electron seas, electron's weight is a little bit heavier than zero, more about 1 per mil of mass of a real proton. You remember a proton and the electron are the same size, but just in appearance the proton is 2,000 times heavier than the electron, only because of the double electron seas. Actually, the electricity may suggest their real identity of plus or minus mass. Now take a look at the weight graph again. This is the point of real zero. This is the proton and the plus matter. This is the electron and the minus matter. Then what do you realize for the real zero? Guess what? A neutron? Good guess, but it's wrong. A neutron is here because as if a proton and electron are married, they are both plus matters in our world. Then they lived happily ever after as a neutron. But if an explosion of supernova is extraordinarily huge and energetic, it could blast off even its own basic matter, electron sea. And there might be a hole of sea. In that sea hole, an electron and a proton can fusion. It might be black hole, but in fact, the real zero point is k-meson, since this is only a weight graph. Mom, why can't we see big world protons? Because they are too heavy to see. If a matter is too heavy, any light's curve to avoid it. They are dark matters or black holes. So we can't see big protons or other big electrons neither. Mom, the effect is really just 1 per mil. No, it's not just, but approximately. Because the big world's big electron sea is in the other much bigger world's bigger electron sea, and so on it succeeds infinitely. So we are in the effect continuing infinitely, but the rest is nearly zero, so the effect is almost 1 per mil. Oh, I'm getting confused. Can I ask another question? Mom, why are we alive? Why are we going to die if we stop breathing? because we are destroying small galaxies where the living things in there will all die out. At that time, we are absorbing lives from there in every second while we are breathing. One small cell is killing trillions of people in every second, and we have trillion cells in our body, so we are killing trillion people in every second. Why are the plants so much stronger than the animals? Because they are destroying two small galaxies at once when they are doing photosynthesis. So they are twice more efficient for living than the animals. You know, there are a lot of plants even in Fukushima now. They are amazingly strong, and like Yakusugi, some trees have been living for 1,000 years. Besides, even if you cut out all weeds, they'll grow again and again strongly. They are so strong that there's no need to fight any war like human beings. What is life? If a river has no water, it's not a river anymore. Life is no different. We are killing trillion people in each second without any rest for self-living. Although we are sharing the gift of life, life keeps moving just like an eternal traveler. We are just the middle station of streaming life. Life is only just a stream, so no one can possess any life. It's only streaming from the little world to the bigger world. No life can stay in any place. We are only just streaming forever. Why do we have hairs only on our heads? Because we are the species of domestic animals for our predators who have been breeding us on the earth from the beginning. They exchanged our genomes to eat more easily. Now, we also can make nude animals, but they never come out spontaneously. Since they'll catch a cold and die in nature, no nude animals can come out naturally. Why did they leave hairs only on our heads? It's for recognizing if that's expired or not, to eat deliciously. If the hair turned to white, that's expired. That's not good to eat. Once upon a time, there was a young Indian man who had an injury on his head and who had a white bandage on his head. Predators rejected him at the entrance of UFO. From then, all people wear white bandage on their heads to avoid to be feed of the predators. It's turban. Why don't they come gather to eat us decent times? Because we are contaminated by herbicides. If the herbicides come into our brain, we won't be able to distinguish what's enemy. So we may fight against any pollens for hay fever or muscular tissue, so to say muscular dystrophy, or we may cause a massacre with gun shooting, and our immunity system will be confused. So suffering cancer will increase. If the predators eat us now, they'll fall into the same tragedy. What's good? We are created by predators for changing our genomes for eating us easily, but naked monkeys will easily catch cold and die in nature. So a breeder had to teach us how to make our clothes from ancient times. We've been calling the breeder Gordon became God in English. And in Japan, the breeder's name was Camus. We called him Camus-sama in Japanese. And again, so we call him now Kami-sama. So the God was only a breeder who is the teacher of teaching how to make fire or something. Why were dinosaurs extinct? Because their meat was hard and not so yummy. So the predator shot the earth with an asteroid and destroyed dinosaurs. After that, they began to breed human beings, since that meat is soft and very delicious. And for the domestic animals, they brought their food too, for nude monkeys. For example, other animals and some plant seeds to feed us healthily. You know, we can't eat ferns or mosses, and we all know the name of UFO as Noah's Ark. How do they take us on board in UFO? Do you know the word Kiyu in Japanese? Once upon a time, there was a country named Ki in China. People were frightened by the breeders' wars. An asteroid will fall down on your country, Ki, so let's go to another planet by this UFO. And they gathered nude monkeys on board and flew away. Since then, in China, we call the foolish thought that like celestial something will fall down, Kiyu. That means the anguished thought of Ki country's people. The predator really can shoot the Earth with an asteroid and also can change its course anytime. And the memories of gathering people and taking them off are etched in the mind of Ki country's people. So the word Kiyu has left all this while. Mom, did anyone revolt against the predators in the remote past? Once upon a time, there was a planet between Mars and Jupiter. The people on there once challenged the predators but failed, and the planet was shot with a big asteroid that broke it into pieces. We call them asteroids now. So anyone can't resist the predators anyhow, anyway. Mom, show me the evidence of the predator's observation. Oh my dear, look at the moon there. That looks like two rabbits making rice cakes. In some other countries, that looks like a crab. We've been watching the same pattern for 1,000 years. The same side of the moon from the mythological age. That means rotation and rotation are just the same to a miracle. But such rare accidents never occur spontaneously. In fact, the predator shot the moon with many asteroids and adjusted the rotation to the revolution until just to be the same exactly. The exactitude is really the work of God, not getting out of order, without even 1 second out, 4,000 years. Why did they do that? To watch the night sight of the Earth. If the light can be seen brightly, the population of nude monkeys enough to gather them to eat. So they installed an observation camera on the moon, so they can analyze us 24 hours all over the world to determine the chance to gather the nude monkeys for eating. But now the nude monkeys are contaminated with herbicide. What shall they do? Their secret countermeasure I'll teach you next time. Good night.